Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining us for another episode of the Live and Learn podcast. Today, I am talking about how to make buyers, sellers, investors, and real estate agents more money, real money in real estate. And so today's topic is going to be about staging and how important it is. Staging has led to much success in my career. I was very lucky enough to have a mom who we call Fancy Nancy. I've got to give her all the credit. She really got me into staging homes, making them pretty, and she always helped me and still does to this day. So, staging homes, I take very seriously. It's part of what we do as a brand over at Lyv Realty. Our agents offer complimentary staging to our sellers. And we do that for a few reasons. We do that because we have the staging in house, we own it all. And we also do that because it helps make our listings shine. I get a lot of times people reach out to me and they say, I know it's your listing right away. I know it's yours because it's staged beautifully or it has a certain look to it. Um, it all comes into play with caring, right? Caring how you help a seller put their best foot forward, how you make a house shine in its best light. And so for me, it's very natural to want to stage a home and take pride in the product that I am putting out for my sellers. It's a campaign. It's my most important marketing campaign, and I am going to make sure that that house gets as many views as possible um, in the short amount of time we have to market it. Typically, so a buyer's opinion. Here's some stats for you. A buyer's opinion within the first 7 to 10 seconds of walking into a home changes if they're going to buy or sell the house. That's a very short amount of time, which tells us that you only have one shot to make an amazing first impression. They emotionally feel like they're moving in if it's staged properly, and the atmosphere takes on an excitement to buyers. Conversely, you can have bad staging, and I've seen a lot of bad staging out there, and it can be a certain turnoff for buyers for sure. So, bad staging doesn't always help. It's important to pick the right stager, a professional stager that knows exactly what they're doing. Um, and look at their portfolio. Make sure that they are doing a fantastic job and really making property shine and that they have results. They should have before and afters to show you when you meet with them. We always do. And it's exciting to take a home from mediocre, boring to amazing and exciting and beautiful. And oftentimes we can do that with using some of our sellers' staging. Doesn't mean we have to move it all out or inconvenience them in any way, but staging can make or break a deal. Another stat for you: 95% of buyers start their search online. So what does that mean when we're talking about staging? So if you aren't staged beautifully and your photographs, which is another very important thing that we concentrate on, are not well representative or representative of the property, you may be overlooked very easily, very easily. So taking the time and making the extra effort to stage 100% will make a difference in the outcome of your sale. It likely will, and it's hard to put a number on it, right? But it likely will make you tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. I have seen this happen where if it was not staged or when I destaged a property, when I took all the staging out, um, the property just didn't have its luster that it had when they first walked in. It almost can be depressing when you destage a house. It's a very sad day. However, it inspires buyers to go ahead and decorate their new home or have a certain style to the home. It also helps define spaces, right? You might have certain spaces in the home. I don't know what I would do with this, or where would I even put my TV, or where could I even fit an office, or you know so many different ways that you could stage a dining room, a living room, a primary suite. I just got a call today and they said, we don't know if we should set up the first floor bedroom that has an ensuite bath on it as a primary suite. And I said, well, why wouldn't you? And he just said, well, the seller wasn't using it as that. Well, with all of the baby boomers needing first floor, one level living, I think it's essential and key to stage that room as a primary bedroom with an ensuite. So, for me, those types of things are no brainers. It costs money to do this stuff, you guys. It costs money to have movers come. It costs time, effort, energy. It's hard work. People always say, I want to be a stager. It looks so glamorous. It looks like so much fun. And seeing the end result is fun. But I can tell you behind the scenes, it's not just throwing a couch in or throwing a rug in and throwing in the coffee tables. There is a science to everything that we do and every piece of furniture we place. I literally walk into a room and I decide where the money shot is going to be for my listings. And I do this. They'll see me. I go, like that. And it may be a certain angle that nobody really thought of. But like, this is the angle that we're going to have the photographer take. And this is the angle I'm going to have the bed face, or this is the angle I'm going to have the couch face. So it's all a science. It comes with experience. And like I said, you could never get that first few seconds back of someone walking into a home. It really matters. And people say, why do I have to stage? My house looks good. It looks nice enough. Well, your house looks good to you. You've been living there for quite some time. So you wouldn't notice that a layout might be weird or that your furniture might be drab or your decor may be outdated. We can go ahead and add new pictures to the wall. We can add all kinds of decor to tables and such. We can put new bedding and new pillows and new rugs. There's just so many new lighting. Lighting's important, and lamp lighting, and making sure staging isn't just physical furniture or stuff out of home goods. It's also making sure you're setting the stage for brightness and safety, making sure all the bulbs are changed in a home. There's so many things that go into what we do and what we analyze as sellers agents. And I truly believe that is the difference between a great agent and one that is mediocre is the care level. You've got to care. And we function at a very high level of care over at Lyv Realty. So, buyers more likely to, I don't have the exact stat on this, but buyers are more likely to schedule showings for homes that look polished and staged online, of course, right? So you're going to have a higher traffic count, which results, right? So it's like a funnel. Okay. So you get a bunch of people, as many people as you humanly can there, right? And, you get, let's say, a number of offers, right? You get more offers potentially. Maybe you get people that want to buy it even faster, higher offers. There's a stat out there that agents say a staged home can increase in value by 5 or 10%. I've never been able to officially quantify how much my staging improves the sale price of a home, but I can tell you that it's drastic. And I know that if someone else had come in there and not put any staging in, left it empty, or not cared and threw some ugly staging in there, I know that that house probably would have sold for 10, 50, sometimes 100, hundreds of thousands. It really does matter. And I know that because when I remove the staging, the house becomes, just like every other house. So it's important to differentiate your listing so that it does show in its best light. 31% of agents said staging greatly reduced the time the property spent on the market. Now, property and days on market, property time, and days on market all vary depending on where you are and depending on what you're dealing with and depending on price points. But on average, we can certainly say that homes sell much quicker and much faster than non-staged homes. There is a recent study that says 73% of staged homes sell faster on average compared to non-staged homes. So, some interesting stats there. Staging highlights, other features, besides making the living room look pretty, maybe there are tall ceilings that we could do some large artwork in. And maybe there's some really great light that we could help highlight, or maybe we could soften something that's very harsh looking, dark paints with something soft in different textures. It just helps buyers visualize awkward spaces and, nooks and crevices. It really helps them place themselves there. Another really big important thing for helping buyers visualize themselves being in the home is depersonalizing the property. It's really important to make sure that your your hobbies and your beliefs and your family photos and all of those things are really removed, and you're giving a more blank canvas, if you will, for buyers to picture themselves there. They don't want to picture you there, right? That would be awkward, right? I'm walking into this guy's bedroom, and not only does the house look funny, he has weird things on the wall, and it smells funny too. So, it really, really matters, caring enough to make sure that the space shows in a neutral light as well. Your return on investment, if you're going to go ahead and spend money on staging, I have seen phenomenal staging in the tens of thousands of dollars. Again, we don't charge for our services, and it has certainly led to our success in what we do. But I can tell you that it is crucial to spend the money to make the money. NAR has some sort of report that they've put out. And again, I think it varies, but they say for every $100 you've spent on staging, you can expect a potential $400 return. Like I said, I can't quite quantify that, but I do find that to be an interesting stat. There's strategic psychology that goes along with staging, right? It creates a lifestyle sometimes too. So maybe we elevate a property and we bring in really expensive staging. Don't you think that would sell a high end luxury lifestyle to a potential buyer? Of course it would, right? You're selling them that dream. So, neutral yet an aspirational design appeals to the widest pool of buyers and still creates memorability, right? You want to be memorable. You want them to get a feeling in every single room and every single space they walk into. And staging has also created a competitive advantage for us and for many agents that actually do stage and take pride in it. It's what separates our listing and our business and what we do from Joe Schmo's listing down the street. Even in a hot seller's market, staging speaks loudly, and staging will spark bidding wars still to this day. It maximizes perceived value, and it is so important. We had originally had a staging company called Strategically Staging, and the name really meant so much to me. We should certainly bring that back, in our spare time. But Strategically Staged was a fantastic company that differed in that it wasn't just about decorating. It was purpose driven. Every choice was made to sell, and it still is. It's not just about the decorations. So, with data, with demographics, with price point, with local trends, all of this stuff has been able to be scalable, and it has worked for all of our residential properties that we sell, condos, single families, luxury estates, and especially for my investors and their flips. So, if you're interested in hearing more about what we offer for staging and what we can do for you in your home and how we would decorate it, if you will, how we would stage it, please feel free to reach out. We would love to help you. It's a free consult. We're here to help, and we're here to make your property shine. And we hope to hear from you soon.